So nice and cozy. Wait, what's it? Oh, welcome back to the Consortium Gamers. I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. I was just warming up by the fire during these cold months. We have a new patch coming out, 2.2.0. It is dropping tomorrow. It is probably one of the biggest patches we have seen drop for Battle Royale to date, mainly because they are making huge changes to the map, so let's just jump right into it. Obviously, the first and main change coming tomorrow is the map update. There's going to be a new city, a new underground mine, and a number of other brand new locations scattered across mainly the western side of the map. This is because it had just been a little too empty before. They're also changing up the biomes. They're starting to put them in this patch, so each of the areas are going to have their own feel. You're going to have more of moisty mire, you're going to have more of a forest, more of a city feel, so that way it kind of feels different as you're moving around the map. They are also making some changes to the battle passes. You get a free 5-tier head start in the next season if you have already purchased the Season 2 battle pass. You also can buy 10 battle pass tiers for the price of 6 with a special bundle in the store, so that way you can kind of upgrade your level a little bit easier. I'm assuming they're doing that because a lot of people haven't gotten as far in the levels as they predicted when they first put this model in the game. It could be for another reason, I don't know, but that's going to be on sale tomorrow. The winter event has been wrapped up, so you will no longer see the lights on the bushes, the Christmas trees are gone, the drops look different, so all of that's out of the map. The voice chat has been changed. You can now continue the conversations in the pre-game lobby. This is nice if you do like a fill game and then decide to pick up one of the guys and you don't have him in your Discord chat, or if you don't have him in Xbox chat, you'll still be able to talk to him while you're waiting for the game to queue up. Okay, on to the weapons. First of all, they removed the scoped AR from supply drops. I like this idea. The scoped AR, it doesn't feel strong enough that it should be dropping from them. They have also updated the scope for the scoped AR, which is, I think this is actually really exciting. I thought this was one of the big drawbacks from it. They replaced the old arrow reticle with a more modern design, and it should be easier to actually tell where you're aiming and where your crosshair actually is, so you can hit your shots a little bit better. The snowball launcher has been replaced by the normal grenade launcher. We're going to miss out on those little wee sounds. And then also they are adding a slightly increased grenade size, not explosion, but the actual loot item. They have fixed the frag and smoke grenades exploding on impact when hitting shallow water. They fixed an issue where the grenade toss animation ended prematurely when tossing the last grenade in a stack. The boogie bomb effect will now kick players out of weapon targeting. The players can no longer place traps while affected by the boogie bomb, and explosion effects now play properly on water surfaces. Now we are moving on to the main gameplay changes. Friendly fire has now been disabled, as we all know. They say it is an exploratory thing and it's subject to change. They will be closely evaluating it and they want our feedback. I personally don't like it. It is so easy to rush bases now while your teammates just spam grenades or rockets or a grenade launcher. And it just, I don't know, it takes away that kind of random chance that you might down your teammate and end up losing a fight because of it. I know this is a very hot topic and a lot of people have different opinions on it. I obviously would like it to stay in the game. A lot of people like that it's removed. So let me know down below what you guys think. Players will also now immediately aim their weapons upon landing on the ground if they press and hold the aim button while in the air. Pickups no longer take priority over reviving down but not out squad members. Empty chest and metal streetlights no longer block players from building. Corn stalks are now destroyed upon taking any damage. And now to the bug fixes for the gameplay. They have adjusted how ammo crates drop ammo so that they don't overlap the ammo box itself. They attempting to use a scope while playing an emote now cancels the animations. Fixed an issue that prevented players from picking up eliminated players' items. Fixed a few issues that caused supply drops to pass through player-built structures. Fixed an issue which caused a trap to deal no damage if a ramp or roof is placed in front of the trap. Build mode visuals no longer persist when using a launch pad or when knocked into the down but not out state. Fixed an issue that allowed players to see through smoke grenades effect while scoped. You can now move forward and backward while gliding when facing straight up and down. The cozy campfire trap no longer heals eliminated players, and they fixed an issue which caused the glider to sometimes deploy sideways after using a launch pad. On to the world changes. The map has been updated with many new points of interest, biomes, and more. This is obviously the most exciting part about this. There is a ton of new locations coming to the map, not just major locations. They've also done a lot of little places here and there to basically just expand where you can go. There's going to be a lot more routes to run in the beginning of the game. I'm going to do a video specifically on that, so look forward to that either tonight or tomorrow. Players can also now interact with grass and foliage as they walk through it. I just said that word wrong. I apologize. They added water effects when entering and exiting the water. They added a new post-processed effect for when your camera goes below the water surface and now looks like you're actually swimming underwater, so you can't use it to look and see for an infinite distance to see the loot and everything. They added ammo boxes to Dusty Depot. That will now make that place a little bit better to drop into. And they also increased the amount of metal harvested from shipping containers. This next one I'm really excited about, but they changed it so water no longer blocks bullets and projectiles. This was always a big issue when people would do emotes under the water or they would crouch, so you basically had a very small target you could hit. That's no longer a thing, so if you're shooting rockets into the water and just peppering people trying to run through the water, it's going to be a lot harder for them. Onto the item shop. Starting on January 17th, 2018, players should see 6 daily store slots instead of 4. Starting on January 21st, 2018, the weekly item shop is changing to the featured item shop. It offers will update twice weekly instead of once. Now to the UI, sniper elimination feed messages now include elimination distance in meters. When spectating a faraway player, a loading message may be displayed for a short time and the game world will appear after loading completes. You cannot switch to another spectated player until the load completes. The reset building choice option now defaults to off in Battle Royale. Added a new option to select which voice chat input device to use. The select mode button is now grayed out and unselectable after readying up. When selecting report player, the name field will no longer autofill the player's own name. Adjusted the cancel and ready buttons so it looks more like the ready button. The press E to pick up prompt no longer persists for down but not out players. Fixed an issue that made the voice chat icon appear to be active if the player disabled their voice chat while it was active. Fixed an issue which caused the revive icon to remain over a player if 2 players revive them at the same time. Players will now be able to unready if the party leader cancels matchmaking while in the loading content phase. The matchmaking UI will now properly update when joining a different Battle Royale lobby while the user is set to ready. Fixed a local user always showing up in the global leaderboard with 0 wins if they aren't in the global top 50 list. To the performance changes, which is another section I'm very excited about. It's going to improve the gameplay for all of us. So they've added level streaming, which loads the world on the fly as you move around, enabling a richer map and improved performance. They improved the frame rate by greatly reducing the number of objects that need to be updated. The loading times have been greatly improved. It's over twice as fast to load into the match on PS4 and Xbox One. It's going to greatly improve gameplay for all the people on consoles. Loading content before matchmaking now completes much quicker. Greatly reduced hitching when garbage collecting memory every minute. Greatly reduced hitching caused by updating objects when the time of day changes from day to night or vice versa. They reduced the amount of system and GPU memory used. They optimized the visual effects played when distant buildings are hit. Improved overall frame rate by optimizing how player animation and footsteps are handled. The cozy campfire and boogie bomb items no longer cause a hitch when seen the first time in a match, and encountering players with specific skins for the first time in a match no longer causes a hitch as well. The art and animation, they greatly improved the visual quality of distant trees by using imposter billboards instead of the regular meshes. That also improves the overall frame rate and reduces visual popping as you approach the trees, so that way you don't get that confusing, something popping on your screen, you think it's a person, but it's really just a tree. They have a few bug fixes. They fixed an issue that caused remote players to look like they have stopped animating. They improved the ride the pony animation so the character's arm no longer pops. The players will no longer appear as if they're holding a weapon after being hit by a boogie bomb. They fixed an issue that prevented the character's launch animation from playing if a launch pad is placed directly at a player's feet. Adjusted the color of the shield potion so it's easier to see. Fixed an issue that caused teammates to appear stuck in the sliding animation if they were knocked down but not out while in the air or sliding, and the cozy campfire special effects are now visible on low and medium settings. As for the audio changes, they added new audio for pickaxes that were previously using default swing sound, added a pickup sound effect for the damage trap. Bug fixes, they fixed an issue which caused footstep sounds to play at an incorrect cadence or not at all while player is not on the screen. Consumable item audio is now adjusted with the SFX volume slider rather than the dialogue slider. Fixed an issue which caused players to hear bullet whiz-by sounds from their own shots. Fixed an issue that sometimes caused a falling wind sound to loop repeatedly after being eliminated. Gunfire audio will no longer pan left to right as you move away from where you were shot. Reduced volume of consumable pickup sounds. Reduced volume of collection sound when harvesting wood. Fixed issues with rapid left-right panning when dropping weapons and attempting to build at an invalid location. and removed the jarring stone impact sound from the AC/DC pickaxe. And now, just the last few general changes. Voice chat now supports in the pregame lobby. Cosmetic items can now be rotated in the locker and store pages. Left click and drag or use the right thumbsticks on the controller to rotate them. And they removed the winter theme from the pregame lobby. Bug fixes. They fixed an issue which allowed players to get credit for completing challenges that were not completed. Fixed an issue which allowed aim assist to function while using a mouse. Friend requests can now be sent to players that have left the match using the plus icon next to their aim. And clicking join on the Discord invite when the client is not open will no longer cause you to fail when trying to join a party. And there you have it, guys. That is patch 2.2.0. It was a long one, and I appreciate you stopping by to listen. Hopefully it helps you guys out. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the sub button. Please let people know about the channel. With the new changes, I'm going to need the help to get back to partnership. As always, though, I appreciate you, and I'm going to have another video coming out tonight or tomorrow going over the specific map changes, and I hope you guys all have a good one.